Hello and welcome to Aha Moments for June 12th, 2023. This one is entitled US6506248B2. Unusual name for a headline, but we'll find out once we read through. Okay, so aha moments. You've had aha moments, the ones that just kind of hit you on the side of the head. Sometimes they're little, sometimes they're big, sometimes they're big flashes, sometimes they're just a little bit of an earth shake, enough to change your perspective and get going in a little different way, right? So today I'm going to read this out loud. Now, as always, you can go to jrang.com and you can register and you can get this aha moment and every aha moment that's delivered every Monday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern right to your email box. In fact, I recommend that. Now, from that email, we can also have a conversation. So if you want to write me back and say what changed for you, what the highlight was for you, then I look forward to that comment. But in the meantime, let's open this one up here. And I'm going to read it to you, and then we are going to have a little bit of a discussion about it because it's an interesting one for sure. All right, here we go. US6506248B2. What is it? It is a patent held by the US government pertaining to mind control through a screen, an electromagnetic manipulation technique. I find the subject of mind control fascinating. So when a short clip on the subject of MK Ultra shock and drug techniques popped up on Liberty, I had to watch and write about it. For decades, abuse against humanity through technologies designed to break and manipulate the mind are continually tried, tested, and perfected. What's fascinating about US 6506148B2, the first patent in a series, is the warning issued, and I quote, "These results confirm that indeed the nervous system of a subject can be manipulated through electromagnetic field pulses emitted by a nearby CTR LCD monitor, which displays images with pulse intensity." End of quote. In other words, pulses of activity through your computer, phone, or television monitor can be controlled in such a way as to alter your nervous system, state of consciousness, or overall being. The pulses can be so low in frequency that they're subliminal, yet their effect profound. Why would the government patent technologies to manipulate people's minds through their screens? Well, I can't put decades of research, patent, or elaboration, or case histories inside of a 60-second blog. But what I can share is the firm understanding that within seconds of being in front of your television or theater screen, you are lulled into a trance. As you are being entertained, your mind is wide open to receive. How can this affect your health, critical thinking skills, finances, use of time, or growth? How can you protect yourself against pulsing predators? Aha. Get outside in nature. Nature doesn't manipulate, it connects. Nature doesn't program, it renews. Nature doesn't have an agenda, it stimulates you so you can serve at your highest good. Being in nature, facing the sun, walking barefoot, and hugging a tree is proven to ward off depression, heart disease, many cancers, and renew your connection with the divine. It can also be phenomenal entertainment with real people. It's true what they say, that the best things in life are free. And I put a little footnote in here if you go online or even on the email, and it says, when my out of office message says that I'm on a course, know that that is code for me taking a deserved nature break, ball and club in hand. It's part of many deliberate actions I take to serve my body and mind. And of course, here we are talking about that now. So what do you do? Do you get in nature? Is that important to you? It needs to be important to you for many reasons. And when I talk about connecting, facing the sun, standing on the ground, walking in the water, hugging a tree. When we get into nature, everything is connected, and nature is where we get our energy from. So all of our energy comes from the sun, from the earth, as does every living creature on the planet. So we all get our energy from the same sources, and that we all connect when we're together. also your connection with the divine. Because remember, once you're away from electronics, it frees you to be the electromagnetic being that you are and to send and receive yourself, right? So I'll let you decide what's coming through your screen, but I hope that I have given you enough of a hint through this patented mind control, through technique, multiple techniques. When I say that they're always being tried, tested, and renewed and revitalized. And that patent that I read you, US6506248B2, is the first in a series, and there are multiples. And the fact that you can be within seconds lulled into a trance and connect with what is happening on the TV. So when you think about it, when you are in a state of relaxation, whatever level of relaxation that is, your mind tends to be more open and more receptive to suggestion. And so that is when we're in the front of a screen that we are extremely susceptible to whatever's happening on that screen. And I want to remind you too, is that the conscious mind sees what it wants to see. It is focused, it is receptive. You've had times when you drive down the highway and you've been driving for 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden you go, oh my God, I don't even remember being there. Your subconscious mind kind of took over, and your conscious mind only saw what it wanted to see, right? You kind of missed all the rest of it. If I asked you right now, stand up in the room and look at count how many red things that you see, your conscious mind would focus on the red things, and it would be oblivious to the yellow and the blue and everything else that was out there. However, your subconscious mind picks up about 10,000 messages per second. It is always recording. So what is happening through the screens, whether you are aware of it or not, is your subconscious mind is actually receiving all of the messages that are on there, all of the little nuances, all of the music, everything that's going. Add to that some with the pulsing, that there is the ability to change your, change who you are, your field of electricity, and to modify that in such a way as to prepare you to make decisions that maybe you would not have otherwise made. Let's put it that way. So there is that ability. There is that manipulation patent out there. So when I say the answer is getting out in nature, I want you to be really cognizant of how much time you spend in front of the screen, and especially downtime. So if that's your way of relaxing, then hey, we all have our unplugging ways, right? Be mindful of how much time that is, right? You want to be able to use your time productively. You want to be happy, you want to be joyful, you want to be connecting, you want to be learning, you want to be growing. All of those things, when we talk about serving at your highest good, I mean, those are all the things that you do to expand. If the majority of your off time is being spent in trance state like that, then you know that you are being fed and you are not necessarily in control of those thoughts and those feelings and those actions, right? No, that's truth of the matter. So mind control is fascinating. We are all under mind control to a certain extent. I think when you become more aware of the fact that mind control is inexistent, and there are people who it is to their benefit to keep you in that lull state and to make sure that they move you in a direction that is healthy for them, not necessarily for you. When you're aware of that, that's when you start to unplug a little bit more from the electronics. You kind of, you know what, I don't really need to watch that. I prefer to watch this, be a little more in control of the channels that you choose. There's a reason they call it programming. So just be aware of it. We're just working on the cover for 50 simple ways to release the shackles of self-sabotage. So I just wanted to show you that. And forward by Jason Christoph. It's cool little picture on the back there. So we're getting close to launching that. So thank you for listening to the video. Thank you for being part of this. By all means, connect with me through jrang.com and watch as we shift into a human approach when we make that just a little more real. It's that a little more front and center and more opportunities for us to engage in that learning platform together. So thank you for being here. As always, I'd love to ask you to like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to sign off with piece of advice: succeed deliberately.